Hello, this is Coach Lydia Knight, and we are ending eating disorders and freeing women from every cage. And freedom is having leftovers. For a normal eater, if you go out to eat, it is oftentimes a dinner and a lunch, or more that you simply can't eat because you're full and you're satisfied and then you forget about it and it's not a big deal. Or when you clear out the fridge, you're throwing away leftovers because you forgot about them. But when you are in a struggle with food, it is rare to have leftovers. Sometimes there's like a real intentional, like I remember for the longest time, it was like I go to a restaurant and I tell them to box up half of it before they even bring it out to me, because if I don't do that, then I'm just gonna eat the whole thing and then I'm gonna binge later, and it was just like this whole thing. But when you are a normal eater, especially with how large a lot of times restaurant portions are, you get leftovers. One of our incredible clients, she used to eat 4 lunches a day, because she would eat one lunch and she was just like really unsatisfied. And then she's like, oh, well, I'm really active. Maybe I should eat more. And then she would eat another one. And then it was like she was even more hungry. And then she was spending so much on multiple lunches and she never had leftovers. And now she has leftovers all the time. She's like, oh yeah, I just make a big batch of stuff and I eat leftovers when I go out to eat. Sometimes it's, it's a dinner and a lunch the next day, because your food just lasts longer and you could enjoy that wonderful meal and just be totally satisfied. Because what happens with normal eating when you're on the side of freedom is you go out to a restaurant, you order something, you can just have all of it in front of you, and as you're eating, you're getting more and more full and your desire for food is just less and less. And when I was in my eating disorder, this felt so impossible. Like I would look around at people and be like, how are they not just continuing to eat? Like they're just like leaving their stuff. Their fries are getting cold. How do they do that? Are they just pretending to not think about food? But the reality is that when you don't have an eating disorder anymore, that desire to keep eating just goes away as you eat more. Go figure. So what can happen is you're like, oh, this food has lost its appeal. Let's box the rest up and let's have it later. And having leftovers is such a joy, such a symbol of freedom. So for your next step to freedom, go to lifewithlydia.com.